Okay, so you're creating online, right? And you're wondering how to turn that into actual, real income beyond just likes and follows.
Mm, yeah.
If that sounds like you, stick around, because this is exactly what we're diving into today. Why just focusing on social media might not be the best way to build something sustainable.
Exactly. We've been looking at a ton of stuff about building a creator career, and honestly, it keeps coming back to this. You got to look beyond social media if you want, to really make a living doing what you love.
Yeah, it's like everyone talks about how great social media is for reach and getting yourself out there.
Right.
But then actually turning that into money, like month after month.
That's the tough part.
Yeah, it's where things get tricky. So today we're going to get into all that. Why putting all your eggs in the social media basket can be kind of risky.
Yes.
And more importantly, what you can actually do about it. We're talking about building direct support from your audience, moving past those vanity metrics, and really connecting with the people who truly dig your work.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right in. Why isn't social media enough?
Okay. So the big thing to remember is you're essentially on borrowed land,
Right.
right? You don't own that space.
Yeah, this borrowed space idea. It sounds simple, but when you think about it, it's like you're building your whole presence on Instagram or TikTok or X, but you don't actually own any of it.
You don't own the followers.
The engagement, it all belongs to the platform. Like imagine you set up a shop in this bustling marketplace, right? But you don't own the stall.
Right, you're just renting.
You're just renting it. And the market owner, they can change the rules whenever they want or even shut the whole thing down.
Exactly.
And there's nothing you can do about it. It's scary when you really think about it.
And it's not just about the rules changing.
Right.
It's also about visibility. You might have a ton of followers, hundreds of thousands even.
Yeah.
But the platform decides who actually sees your stuff.
Yeah, the algorithm. It's like this invisible hand controlling everything.
Exactly. It decides what gets shown to whom.
And it doesn't always care about, showing your content to everyone who follows you.
Right. It's got its own priorities.
And the numbers are kind of crazy on this. We've seen studies that say even if you have, say, 10,000 followers, people who actually chose to follow you, the algorithm might only show your stuff to like 5% of them.
Yeah.
5%. So you work so hard to build this audience.
Yeah.
And then most of them might not even see what you're posting.
It's pretty wild.
It's like,
Discouraging.
yeah. And here's the thing. Even if you do get a ton of engagement,
Right.
likes and shares and comments,
It doesn't necessarily mean income.
right, turning that into consistent, reliable income on those platforms, it's tough. It's like, getting a standing ovation, but still being broke.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And then it makes you think, what if one of these platforms just disappeared tomorrow?
Uh-oh.
Like, poof, gone.
You're cut off.
How would you reach those people?
Yeah, you're right back at square one.
That direct connection, it's gone. And that's a huge problem.
Huge. And it goes deeper than that.
Okay.
The algorithms, they don't just control who sees your stuff. They also affect the kind of content you end up creating.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like they push you towards whatever's going to go viral.
Right. And it's usually like the short, attention-grabbing stuff.
Yeah, which, can be great for getting a quick boost, but it doesn't necessarily help you build a loyal community.
Or a sustainable business.
No. One thing we saw is that some platforms are actually starting to shift towards more community-driven content.
Interesting.
Like, they're realizing that creators who focus on genuine interaction, on building a real sense of belonging,
Yeah,
they tend to get more consistent engagement.
which makes sense.
Yeah. But it's still like you see creators feeling this pressure to, chase the latest trends, to try and game the algorithm.
Right, just to stay visible.
They end up making stuff that doesn't even really resonate with them.
Yeah, it could be creatively draining.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the worst part is the algorithms are always changing.
Oh, constantly.
What worked yesterday might not work today. It's like, how do you plan for the future when the rules are constantly in flux?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It makes it really hard to build a steady income.
One minor tweak to the algorithm and your reach, your engagement, your potential earnings.
It all just tanks.
Yeah, it's crazy. And there's this statistic that really stuck with us. A bunch of really talented African creators, some with hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
They're barely making 5,000 South African rand a month.
Wow.
It's crazy, right? You can have this huge audience, but it doesn't automatically translate into financial security.
It shows you the limits of those indirect monetization methods.
Right, like platform ads or creator programs.
Especially when you're dealing with different economic realities.
The value that the audience creates.
It's not always going back to the creators.
But what if you could flip that? What if, instead of needing millions of likes, you had a smaller group of people who were really, truly invested in your work?
People who are willing to pay for it.
Yeah. Imagine 100 supporters.
Okay.
Each paying 200 South African Rand a month.
That's 20,000 Rand.
Right. Predictable income that doesn't depend on some algorithm.
That's huge.
It's about building real relationships, not just chasing numbers.
And how do you actually make that shift? How do you move from followers to funders?
Yeah. Okay, let's get into that. So the first thing, and this is crucial, you have to own your audience.
Right. Take back control.
We talked about borrowed space, right? Well, when you own your audience list...
Through an email list or your own platform.
Exactly. You can talk to your people directly.
No middleman.
No algorithm deciding who sees what.
You're in charge.
You're in the driver's seat. And then, this is really key, you gotta offer something beyond your usual free content.
Something special.
Your super fans, the ones who are most likely to support you financially.
They want more.
They want the behind-the-scenes stuff, the early access.
And even Q&As, live streams.
Think about what your audience really values.
And give them something they can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, like exclusive videos.
Bonus content.
Membership communities even.
It's about going deeper.
And then the third thing, you gotta make supporting you easy.
So important.
If people want to support you,
don't make it hard for them.
They should be able to do it without jumping through hoops.
Exactly.
So easy tipping options.
There are membership tiers.
Ways to buy content directly.
Smooth and straightforward.
And we've seen this work. Like, there are some amazing African creators who are already doing this.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Okay, so there's this fashion designer in Johannesburg.
Okay.
Instead of just relying on Instagram sales.
Which would be so unpredictable.
She decided to offer something to her superfans.
What'd she do?
Exclusive behind-the-scenes videos about her designs.
Cool.
And she charges 150 Rand a month for it. And guess what? She has 80 superfans who subscribed.
So 12,000 Rand a month.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And it's consistent.
Doesn't depend on the algorithm.
Nope. Then there's this podcaster in Nairobi.
Okay, I like podcasts.
He realized his biggest fans, they wanted something more. So he started offering a membership, 200 Rand a month, and for that, they get ad-free episodes.
Good night.
And access to live Q&As with him.
That's a good deal.
And he's got 150 subscribers.
So 30,000 Rand a month.
Exactly. These are just two examples, but
they show what's possible.
They're building real businesses.
By connecting with their fans.
And getting paid directly for their work.
Love it.
Okay, so if you're listening to this and thinking, all right, I'm sold, but where do I even start?
Yeah, what's the first step?
First, you got to figure out who your most engaged fans are.
The loyal ones.
The ones who are always commenting, sharing.
The ones who are truly enthusiastic.
Those are your potential direct supporters.
Makes sense.
Then you got to create something specifically for them.
Something valuable.
Something worth paying for. Could be a membership, a tipping option.
Paid live streams.
Get creative. And then, this is so important, tell people about it.
Shout it from the rooftops.
Put it in your bio, your video descriptions.
Everywhere.
Don't assume people will just magically know how to support you.
You got to tell them.
So, to wrap it all up, social media can be a great tool.
For reach, for awareness.
But if you want to make a real living,
long term,
you got to go beyond just chasing followers.
Build those direct relationships.
Find the people who truly value your work.
And give them a way to support you directly.
It's about shifting your focus from quantity to quality.
From fleeting attention to lasting impact.
So think about it. Are you building your house on rented land? Or are you creating something that's truly yours with the support of the people who matter most?
That's the question.